you know what's gonna end up happening.
She needs some weight on
Is
her.
I'm gonna end up bringing her like secretly to the side and then teaching her different things for.
Good.
So he's gonna be. Where did you learn that?
You're about 6 years away from using leg locks. Let me show you.
I'm gonna show you leg locks now.
Do it.
He's gonna end up waking up in the
Your
morning.
dad has a big chin. You can't try. No, this is what you need to do.
Yes.
Do it. I mean, she wants to beat up her sister. So, and I mean, she's getting there now, but she's understanding that like Sage has good stand up compared to Lon's. Like you have to take them legs out and then get on top of her. So
Are they learning
Let's teach her
takedowns
some
already?
takedowns.
No, they're just mount positions and passing the guard.
Does she need to learn
and-
takedowns?
I mean, no, but
We can make her. We
need-
can make her more advanced in the
I can
class.
show her some takedowns.
That's fine.
Like she's just
I
gonna
will bring her next
She's
time.
gonna go and just start fucking up everybody.
I will
It's
bring
What's
her
going
up
on,
next
people?
time.
Welcome to the podcast. I hope your house is not on fire.
because a lot of things apparently are on fire
What is-
nowadays.
Is that fire?
Things are still burning.
Are they though? Where? In Florida?
I think it's finally started to calm down a little
I was
bit.
about to say it's been relatively calm.
We're back on COVID.
Week.
Yeah,
We're
I was
back on
just
COVID again.
literally as you guys were talking about some of that stuff. I was watching some crazy,
Good job. Proud of you.
crazy people accost and scream at people trying to go to church.
You seen that too?
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I have to watch those videos.
Did you see the one where they did the Will Smith parody that I posted for us, and it had the lady, like they didn't let her in because she didn't have a mask on.
Oh yeah.
So she kept like running directly into the door and smashing her head in the door.
I
and
Am Legend lady?
Yeah, and then licking the door.
Fucking nuts.
Just because they said you can't come in here without a mask, and she freaked out, so she started acting crazy. It's so weird.
it's kind of awesome.
She ran head first in there on one.
So
Listen,
there's a mental problem with the world.
People's issues come out hardcore when you tell them no. What it is it's a culture of people that did not get told no. Like apparently when you raise somebody and they always get their way, this is how they end up as an adult.
I don't like
But she was 70.
being told
No,
what
she's like
to do,
40. Okay, well, see, being told what to do,
especially based on nonsense.
but hold on. So how about the business owner? They don't like to be told what to do with their business either.
Sure.
So if the business owner says no,
Well,
the other person's going to
That's a
freak
really
out
good
on the
point,
business
too.
owner.
all right. So the 4th was recently, and what did we do? Why do we celebrate the 4th? Right? Because we fucking shot the fucking British in the face.
Because we didn't listen to what we were told to.
we declared
How
our
do
independence.
you how
Yes.
do you fucking deal with people that don't want to deal with anybody? Like we're
By-
Americans. We're rebellious. We hate things.
Yes.
We only like fucking guns.
We definitely
and
do
Yes.
not like being told what to
I
do.
went to a
So-
fucking mall. All right,
Oh,
and
Jesus
in the
Christ.
best of times, I hate the mall. I think I've said that on this podcast before. Like I went to a mall one time by myself, and I started thinking, like, maybe I understand the terrorists. I hate the mall. I think it's
Good
the
call.
worst human beings ever. But D2 needed some pants, and that's where she wanted to go. So we went there, and she, of course, wanted to shop around because she's a female. And we go into this one store, and they're guarding the door.
Huzzah.
And they're demanding everybody wear a mask, which, okay, fine, whatever, wearing a fucking mask. They want to spray hand sanitizer on your hand as you walk in. Give me your hands. I'm going to spray hand sanitizer on it.
I don't know if I like that. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's going a little too far.
To her face, the nicest thing I could muster is, that's really weird. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And I just stood outside and waited outside of the shop.
Yeah, because you don't know the substance. They're just putting a substance in your hand. The mask I can get,
Why?
but, well, okay.
Why the hand
Let me-
sanitizer?
Everybody's
You only
freaking
have
out.
more than a 99% chance of living.
Okay, we'll back it up. Yes, I completely 100 wholeheartedly agree with you. I think the mask is bullshit. I think diseases have always been around. We have thousands of them. You can catch anything at any given point in time, especially if you're not cautious. I think it should be an individual problem.
Well,
you go ahead
specifically,
and mask
like you
up and
said-
you go ahead and clean up after yourself if you want to, but don't force everybody else. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But
You have a 99% chance of living.
yeah, I know.
It's higher than that. It's like 99.9 something, isn't it?
As far as I knew, the death rate was something like 0.005%.
Yeah, it's the morale. Yeah, it's dumb. It's stupid. I don't know
Some
why.
people try to say 3%, which is like totally insane,
Good God.
complete lie. So I'll just go with the 1%. I'll give them the 1%.
Which is still a hell of a lot higher than it actually is.
Right. We're all getting forced to wear something on our faces against our will, unlawfully,
Mhm.
because you have a 99% chance of living when you get something.
Do you think me walking around just telling people like I have a concealed weapons permit if I wear a mask and it becomes illegal, and just that's why I don't wear a mask?
I
Wasn't there an
think that's
exemption that
very
went out for that?
entertaining when people say that shit. And
Can I do that?
I don't think that that's true.
It's
in
not,
Florida.
I don't
it's
think
not
it
a
is
thing
either.
at all.
Well,
I don't think it is either.
that don't
It's
go
not.
don't go so quickly. Don't
It
say
is.
that it's not a thing anywhere in the United States, because I guarantee you're
No, he
wrong
said
on
in
that.
Florida.
In Florida, it is not a thing.
I said Florida.
He did.
I
was
started.
there for
I
it.
didn't hear you because I was in the middle of saying the exact same thing. In Florida, it's not a thing. So I missed you when you said that. But
It's because of the mask.
yes, probably because of the mask. Because can't
we
understand.
can't understand a fucking word.
Well, you got to wear
Take
a
the
mask.
mask
We're
off.
close.
In Florida,
Take-
that's not a thing. In some states, I'm sure that is, but it became like a meme, so to speak, that went around that a lot of people started talking about and doing. I just so
It makes me feel like it
the
proves
mayor
people are
of
sheep.
Orange County.
You're going to be like that one lady that was, bah, when people coming out of
Yeah,
Target.
well, okay, it just makes me
See
feel.
that shit?
Well, as soon as they
Dillon's on a serious note right
Sorry.
now. What are you? What are you
no,
guys saying?
this is serious. Towards a serious note.
It's not.
Pandemic. They say something on TV.
Plandemic.
Force you to do something, but there's a lot of fucking facts behind it that is like proven against it, but they're still forcing you to do it. And people then act like, "Oh, you must wear it too." If I'm going to wear it because I think that this is all real, I think that everybody can catch it, like and I think everybody's dying.
I'm offended.
Yeah,
I'm offended. Change your actions.
Yeah, change your actions, not my. Yeah, exactly. I don't agree with it. I think every individual should be. You should be responsible for your own actions. You want to stay inside and be afraid from everything? Go right ahead. That's your freedom. But don't fucking tell me what I need to do.
I
So
agree
you-
with both of you.
You get into the business owner thing,
Well,
which
I
is
was going to
which
interject
is-
on that. Yeah.
which is a solid point.
Mhm.
All right, I am very pro business owner and letting businesses operate how they would like.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right?
The business owner has the right to refuse service if you don't want to comply with wearing the mask, to be honest with you.
Sure.
It might be annoying, and you might not agree with it.
Where does that end?
Yeah.
Where does it end? And so it comes back to social compliance and
Mhm.
social acceptance.
Mhm.
I won't wear a mask most places. Like the only reason that I was wearing a mask at the mall was because D2 didn't want me to go and said, "Please God, don't just wear a fucking mask then if you're coming, because I don't want to deal with." She can't stand confrontation. So it was for her. That was the only reason. And even still, while we were walking around the main part of the mall, didn't have a mask on.
That's literally
So when
the
I
only,
went into a store, put the fucking mask on.
That's the only reason I wear one when I do go out. Is I just don't want people to. I want to be left alone. Don't fucking talk to me.
No. I will confront everybody. I don't care. For me, I will happily engage with anybody.
I'm not worried about the confrontation. I just want to be left the fuck alone. Like, let me get my shit and get the fuck out. The easiest way for me to do that is to listen to this rule, which I wholeheartedly, I didn't wear a mask until
That's
it was
the
legally
compliance
required.
part, and I get it, but it's not legally required. There's no fucking way that you can require someone to wear a mask. Is it okay? Like, would you wear a blue
required
shirt?
for work? Let me say that.
Would you wear a shirt that was blue if they decreed that you needed to wear a blue shirt? It's now unlawful to not wear a blue shirt. Are you going to wear a blue shirt?
Probably not.
It's fucking easier though.
Yeah.
They're going to give you shit if you're not wearing a blue shirt. I see it no different.
That's the inch that I'm given. Sure.
My fight for that is because of my current situation is why I'm doing it. Had it been fast forward later on in my
Listen,
current
if
situation,
you're doing it for employment, that's totally different.
yeah,
Everybody's got to eat. Everybody's got to take a paycheck. And so if someone, even like a business owner, the fucked up thing is that like you're talking about a business owner telling its customers that they have to wear it. Well, a lot of times they're under threat of getting shut down,
Yeah.
or they're afraid that someone's going to come in and shut them down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If they don't.
But this is an unlawful decree. Like it absolutely is. They have no authority to enforce this.
What is funny, though, is the majority of the masks that I'm seeing are those ones that aren't going to stop anything either. Because they're just
Absolutely.
that fiber that most people, the little sleeves that people get to keep the
Yeah.
sun off,
Holes,
doesn't fucking work to do anything.
hooks. I don't know what the fuck. They're like popular fishing. They cover your neck and then you can kind of
gators.
I'm getting some.
As
Super
I have
excited for them.
I already ordered.
The ones
I
I
have
got were
some.
from SA.
Yeah.
Like most people
I have
probably
those.
seen those.
Did you do the
Yeah.
buy one get
Yes.
4 free?
I
Yes,
did.
I
I
got
did
the
that
hat.
a couple
I
times.
got the hat. I got the straw hat.
Oh,
Yes,
God.
it's
I
awesome.
did that a few
Yeah, that's
times,
pretty
like
cool.
years ago, and then I gave some to my dad because he's always out in the sun. So I was hoping he would use that too, because you can use them as like a bandana and shit, But yeah, that's the main thing I use. That's not gonna fucking stop anything.
Right.
But it does make other people shut up.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
I don't like that like somebody tried to, like, did I tell you what happened to me in Publix before they actually started mandating?
The guy mad that you were like 6 inches past the line?
Not even 6 inches. I was on the line where my toe was hanging off of it. So I was in Publix line, right? This is a true story. And there was a gentleman in front of me buying his groceries and everything like that. They had lines. They have lines marked where you're supposed to stand 6 feet apart.
Yeah, they went through and did all that shit.
I was standing on the line. My foot was slightly over the line, but I was on the line, slightly over.
Like the arch of his foot was on the line.
The guy looks at me and puts his hand up like I thought he was saying hi, like, hey. So I looked at him and I was like, oh, hey. And then he looks down and he points at his line. He doesn't say a fucking word to me, which pissed me off. At least talk to me, motherfucker. So he points at the line, right? He points at the line and then looks at me and points at my line. And then I look down and I looked at him like I don't fucking speak English or some shit, right? And I looked down, I looked at him and I just backed up. I backed up and I was like, there you go, bro.
I would have. You know how
I should have gave him a high five.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There, I probably would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I should have given him a high five.
Do you have any idea how proud I'd be if you took one step forward and said "me amo ing"?
Oh, if I just started whatever.
Me amo español.
No speak in English. Okay, so I come closer. Yes, I come closer to you. Yes.
See? Just keep stepping forward.
I just keep getting closer to him.
The more he says anything to you, the closer you get.
Listen, all I'm saying is I'm getting fed up.
Put your arms out like you want a hug.
I'm trying to just not be a nuisance to society with this shit, but I'm getting fucking fed up to the point where fuck off. Go ahead. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me how to live my life.
You've been so busy with doing training and
That's
shit.
the reason why
have you really been outside beyond that?
No,
I'm going to be right
Besides
there.
going up to like Chipotle to grab some fucking food real quick.
Yeah.
And the
you wear
occasional
masks out there?
Publix. I have for the last week, yes.
If that had happened, if somebody was that anal about it, I probably would have said something.
I haven't. No. I mean, I'm even supposed to at work. Like we are mandated to.
Yeah. Well, that's why
you're allowed. You're supposed to. Huh?
I can't do that.
I do it all.
Does that make sense? I can't do that.
Like,
so if I'm seen,
like now you tell me that they're like you have to, and I'm like, okay, we'll see how this works.
Yeah.
Actually, I did wear one in the hospital.
The first time they tried that at work, I didn't do it.
COVID place.
So
but it was one of those like ridiculous.
I know personal people that have caught it now too that have been going through hell.
We're fine, actually.
Yeah, they're fine now. Yeah,
weird.
I mean, I don't even. I know
friends,
someone that you
not
know.
friends, people I know.
I don't know if you knew that they even got it because it was not serious.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's the people at work that I know. I don't know them personally. Really?
Yeah, fine, totally fine.
Yeah,
got it. Was done in a few days.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm hearing from people. That's all
I'm pretty sure that's what went around. Everybody was complaining about that.
Yeah, well,
like right when I started, there was some flu-like thing that went around, beat the fuck out of everybody.
I seriously think I've already gotten it. Yeah, back then. Back in November.
This person was confirmed. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Brendan Herrera. Did you guys see any of that shit?
Yeah. I heard of it. I didn't see any videos.
He's the fucking gun meme review guy, AK guy. Yeah, he got it. Was done in like 4 days.
Weird.
Huh. He didn't even stop day drinking.
That's probably why he was done in 4 days.
Oh, the alcohol kills it.
Like, I don't know if it's because my organs are so pickled it just runs through me. Or
did he go to the hospital?
No.
That's the problem. That's why
he tested.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but everybody that goes to the hospital, they haven't like all of the fucking machines that help you breathe. It's not.
That's bad.
It's not good for you. That's not how you recover from COVID.
I forget the statistic, but it's basically like if you're on a ventilator, the chances of you dying are already incredibly high.
They're already high. It's not, and it's not helping you with anything being on a ventilator, even if you're not,
because your body's not fighting for itself.
Yes, it's not. It's not a recovery position. You need to be in a different position to help drain your lungs, and the ventilator does not help.
So
with that capacity.
There are a few things that totally make sense to me to where masks should be required, and like real masks, not bullshit like what we were talking about.
Actual
like
medical masks.
Retirement homes.
Yes.
Cancer wards.
Somewhere,
hospitals in general, like all those things.
Where somebody
Totally get it.
Yeah, somewhere where a person's actually compromised in
immunity,
a serious way.
older
And if they
age.
get sick, it's gonna kill them.
Or
old
much
people-
higher probability.
Yes.
Not say it's gonna kill them, because there's a lot of fucking World War II vets that have got this shit and been
Yeah,
fine.
there were a
give
few
a
100-year-old people that got through it just fine.
Right.
But
Well,
that
the
being
rule-
said,
They're higher risk.
yes,
but the
much
rules
higher
don't-
risk than us.
Rules don't apply to protest. So as long as you're protesting, you're fine.
That
You're
does-
okay.
did
Did you
They
see
don't- they don't
the
apply
shit
to
in
them.
California?
Yeah.
They don't apply to them.
They're trying to open up churches. Singing is not allowed in church. Protest is totally fine still.
Weird.
But you're not allowed to sing in
Weird.
church.
Yes.
This place is so fucking
I
weird
love
right now.
the
I mean,
difference.
it's California, so I mean.
Well, yeah, I love that they can't do the 4th. They closed all the beaches and they had a ridiculous light show.
Didn't they just take down that Lincoln statue?
Well, I mean, they've taken out
They
every
tried.
statue.
They're taking out all kinds of statues. We haven't even talked about any of that madness.
It's dumb.
Oh, Chaz. Those fucking assholes. They finally cleared out Chaz.
I mean,
Only after like 4 people died.
They finally cleared it out.
Some
They
kid
finally
got
went to
shot,
this
and they're like,
Yeah,
no.
and then the
no, we need to
dad-
close it now.
the dad is trying to sue Seattle PD because his kid died in there and they wouldn't allow him to go in. Yeah, there's been a
Seattle
big-
PD wouldn't allow him to go
That
in?
video.
Well, Chaz wouldn't let him go in.
Yeah, Chaz wouldn't let
Well, that
Seattle
Why don't you
go
go,
in.
go
That
after
video-
them? Go fucking after them.
Yeah.
Why didn't,
the
fuck.
video where the
honestly,
paramedics
he
is
should.
trying to get in.
Who has the money?
Yeah,
No,
that's a good point.
no.
The city
It's not
has
about
the money.
Yeah, it's not about who has the money. It's about who has the responsibility. So the PD, and by extension, he really should be suing, and I guarantee he is, the city.
The city.
I guarantee he's suing the city. Well, the city and its mayor and its city manager and its chief of police are responsible for what happened in there.
Yes.
They absolutely are
They
responsible.
allowed it to happen.
And so he should be fucking suing them, because that shit should have never happened. And all the businesses that have a class action lawsuit against it,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope win big.
They will.
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
Because can
I
you
hope-
imagine?
I hope.
I mean,
I hope they get rid
How
of
long
it.
Like
did Chaz
Target and
left?
Starbucks are one thing, which is awful in and of itself. But imagine you being a small business owner.
Yeah.
You
You own
fucking have
your
to-
shop, and it's just that one shop, and it just
and
happens to be on that fucking street.
and your cops are just no, sorry, we're just
That's your only
it's not
source of
politically
income.
convenient to
Ugh.
protect your rights as an American.
The fucking chief is so terrible.
Yeah.
How
I
long-
love,
how
I love
long
their
did
SWAT
this whole
team,
thing go
but
on?
fucking chief is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
How long did this whole thing go on?
a month.
Yeah.
So a month as a business owner without income,
A month, yeah.
right?
Well, no, businesses were allowed to operate, but
Yep.
they had to pay their warlords.
okay.
Yeah, they had
that's,
a protection fee and all
did
that type
anybody
of
in there
bullshit.
have money to
They're
spend?
all a bunch of fucking pussies.
It was extortion. I mean, it was extortion that the
Guys,
government was
Listen,
not
if
stopping.
you're gonna run your business in Chaz, you need to pay me your money.
Did you see the donut operator
Like it.
video of the guy that went through there and was like immediately assaulted? He's like, these guys are acting like they're everything that they're claiming the police are.
Oh,
Like they're
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
randomly assulting some
Yes.
guy because of a pin, and it was like an
It
animal
was actually
shelter
Yankee
pin.
Yankee Marshall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, Yankee Marshall.
annoying
That's
ass
exactly what it
gun
was.
reviewer that I stopped watching a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he had like a what
he had
was
like
it?
an animal shelter pin
Right,
or
but
something
it looked
on.
like it was pro police.
That's a police pin, and he started smacking him up. He's, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Golly. I like the people that just walked through and just started robbing people. They're like, "Give me your money," and everybody's like, "Okay."
Did you watch the Steven Crowder bit? You guys pay attention to Steven Crowder at all?
Steven Crowder so much.
He sent his guys up there, and they were all supposed to fly down there, and Chaz got announced that they were going to pull it down, so they canceled a bunch of flights, and only the people that were driving continued to go up there just in case, and they didn't actually do it. You know, they let it keep going for a while, and so they rented the Airbnb of the like main warlord, the main guy that was like supposed to be the leader of Chaz.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like a rapper and an Airbnb master host or some shit like that. So they
That's a
rented
thing.
they rented his Airbnb, and they were like live streaming out of his Airbnb, and they spray painted on his walls BLM.
Oh
And they fucking like printed out flyers and like gave it to a bunch of homeless people that they were gonna have a fucking party in his place.
That's great.
But they were live streaming it, and so like the guy saw it. And someone that was like, you know, a leftist was watching it because they, you know, watched The Enemy.
Yeah.
And they informed him, and so he sent like some thugs to go fucking kick him out. of the
Wow.
place.
Imagine that. Oh, it's your property.
Right.
It's your property. So
Property
now we have
rights
a problem.
exist when it's my property.
Well, we have
okay?
a problem now.
It was
all
so
of a sudden,
entertaining.
You fucking.
I love Crowder.
Yeah.
He's got so much good stuff.
That's great.
Yeah, see the video of the Atlanta dad and mom for the 8-year-old that got shot.
Yes.
That's fucking depressing, bro.
Yeah, it was.
What happened there? Because I seen the video of them, but I don't know what happened to the kid.
They have blockades
in Atlanta,
like checkpoints by where the Aubrey shooting
Wendy's.
was
Okay.
at that Wendy's. Aubrey, not Aubrey.
Who does?
The other one?
It was Aubrey. No, Aubrey was the jogger.
jogger.
The
Yeah,
jogger.
the other
Ben
one
is the jogger.
that got shot that was drunk.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Who had the checkpoints?
BLM.
Okay, somebody, not police.
Black people. Black people. BLM is what I think.
Racist.
Yeah, is what it is. The police went out. They closed it down, and of course it reopened. So this black woman was driving, and they're like, "Fucking turn around." So she turned around with her kid, and they shot out the tires and fucking shot into the car, killed the 8-year-old.
Jesus Christ!
So
They find who did it?
whose fault is that? No,
Fucking people who shot him.
No one saw anything.
No, not in that. Not with that community. This is a shit
That's
show,
fucking
bro.
horrible.
Like
Pretty fucking
and
terrible.
well, I mean, if you want to do,
But I would be very surprised to find out it was actually BLM.
I don't-
probably sympathizers.
I
if you will.
don't think it is. I just think it's the hoodlums in the area.
Right.
Somebody loosely associated with it, or claiming it. You could
Well,
say.
yes. Well, I don't even think it was. I think it's just
did ISIS come out yet and claim
just-
any of this?
hoodlum fucking people.
Like usually they come out of nowhere. Like you said, like one news.
This was one of us.
Yeah, what like one of the news networks will come out and say, "Well, ISIS claims this is them."
ISIS is dead.
Yeah, but you always hear it
For
randomly.
now.
CNN's like the boogeyman that never happened. God
Yes, they're
For
upset about
now.
it.
damn it. I was watching some Candace Owens stuff, and
like her.
I've not been like huge on Candace Owens because I feel like she's very partisan.
Mhm.
I've always kind of felt
Yeah.
like she was
love
kind
her.
of yeah. I mean,
Very much a team
listen,
player.
I paid attention to her, but yeah, I felt like she was playing a team,
She is.
and I really liked her video on George Floyd. You know, it went crazy. I think it was
Oh
like
yeah, she got
like
so much slack
20 million plus views.
for that.
on
Why
that
are we
thing.
making him a martyr?
Right?
Yeah,
And so just because of that, I watched 2 of her podcasts. She does a podcast called The Candace Owens Show on the PragerU channel. And she interviewed a leader of the Black Lives Matter movement. And she interviewed a leader of the Black Rifles Matter movement.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, one was easier to sit through because I didn't disagree with him near as much.
Black Rifles Matter.
Yeah.
no, the other one. That's
But both were very interesting to get insights of those people. I mean,
What was
I've
the
seen
Black
that guy.
Rifles one?
I've
So-
seen that guy around. I've never seen an interview with him.
He is based out of Philadelphia. And how he started, it was supposed to be one event. And basically, he is not anti-cop, but not necessarily like, I mean, he just has a bunch of friends in the hood. And he had several friends that were catching, firearm charges that were just related to not being registered properly. And so he started a drive to like, everybody wants to do these drives to get people to turn guns in or get drives to register to vote. I'd like to get a drive together to get people to register to legally own a firearm.
Yeah, he was
And-
promoting a lot of legally owned
Yeah,
firearms.
yeah. So he did that in Philadelphia, and it went really well. And then he raised some like $25,000 and did like a 13 cities thing as like a tribute to the 13 colonies kind of deal, and went through the major cities because he had a bunch of people in Philadelphia that were from New Jersey and from New York that were like, "All right, I'm here to do it." And he's like, "No, you can't. That's not how it fucking works, man. Like you're totally different laws." And so he went around to all these different cities, and then it turned into, well, okay, let's do 50 major cities and went across America. And then it turned into, well, fuck, okay, I'm getting all these people that are in small towns that say that.
So he was just helping people register guns.
So yeah. So he's raised like
I've seen like videos of him educating people. Like he was talking to somebody and like showing them things, and that was about it.
It's
You know,
good.
but I never.
it's
I didn't
positive.
know that.
He's
Positive
basically
direction.
doing free firearms training,
Yeah.
getting the community to be understanding of how firearms operate, how to safely handle firearms.
Pretty
and
much,
then
guns aren't just for
register
the criminals.
people to own firearms in states that have to have licenses to simply own a firearm, and then also getting basically free CWP classes in a bunch of different areas. So
I mean,
very cool,
that's a
very cool
positive note.
dude, very cool
I like it.
mission. I thought it was a great interview.
You remember his name?
I can look it up pretty quickly.
What's the negative one? I want to hear the Marxist one.
I don't know that guy's a Marxist.
No,
He's definitely not anti. He's not the chick that you're thinking of. One of the chicks is a Marxist.
Yeah.
His name is Hawk something.
Hawkeye?
No,
Nothing
that cool.
It'd be awesome if it was a Hawkeye.
I mean, why not?
My name is Hawkeye.
Hawk something.
I am the
I'm sorry.
leader. You know what? My name's gonna be Hawkeye if I become a leader of something. Fuck it. Let's just start a group. What are we gonna do?
Maja Torre.
For what
I'm so-
organization?
For the Black Rifles.
Good.
Okay.
Well, good.
Maja
Still,
Torre.
whatever. Good job.
Well, shout
Yeah,
out.
Toure. I'm an idiot.
Tour.
His first name is Maj.
Maj Tour.
Maja. I thought he was Maja, but whatever.
So
No,
Maj
I've seen video clips of him. Yeah, he's seems good guy, just educating people on guns. So
Like,
going town to town,
I
trying
like
to
his
help
cause. I like his cause for sure. The other one is it's Hawk Newsom.
people. Hawk Newsom.
Yeah, he's one of the original.
is that the first name or is Hawk his actual first name?
Hawk is his first name, Hawk Newsom, and he is one of the original starters of Black Lives Matter. Sorry, I've hurt my back, so I just sound.
He's
like
one
an
of the
old guy.
original
Ooh.
starters.
Yeah, he's one of the original people that started Black Lives Matter. And he's someone that I disagree with a lot, but I think that he is not. I don't think he hates America. I don't think he's like ill-willed. Just disagree with him on a lot of things. And Candace Owens held her ground and spilled a lot of things out really well. And she let him kind of talk over her a little bit too much, but she was attempting to keep it an actual conversation instead of a shouting match.
Sure, yeah.
And there was some give and take. Like, he did the same thing. It's not like she was just letting him. I mean, it's Candace Owens. She's not known for letting people just talk over her.
No, she's really.
No,
really
but she did a
out there.
good job keeping her cool. I liked the interview a lot. It's not a new interview, by the way. I think it's a couple of years old. But it's I think it's the second one on the list here. Is from a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was really, really good. It was hard to get through, but I thought it was worth my listen.
Why was it hard to get through?
Just because I disagree with him so much. You know, like they get down to like simple stuff of like Candace Owens talking about how she feels like a little kid, little white girl that wants to be Pocahontas for Halloween is not the same thing as blackface, and how and he just was. I mean, disagreed. I guess that's the best way I can. I don't know. I don't want to.
I mean, that's not the same thing, though.
But he thinks it is. He thinks it's just as egregious. So yes, I know he's wrong. I'm well aware, but that doesn't change anything. It's not worth talking about on this podcast. I don't think. But it was an interesting deal to listen to. So what else?
Speaking of deal, we actually have a fucking sponsor on the show that
Yeah.
completely forgot.
Sorry, Stoner.
Just yeah, right. No, anyway, go to stonecoldworks.com. He is a Cerakoter. What Cerakoting is basically a coating that you put on objects. In this case, we promote the firearm side of things because we are all 2A supporters, and we all like to hook up our guns. So basically, if you want to go to his website at stonecoldworks.com, check out his price sheet and everything. You can also go to his Instagram page and see a lot of the pictures and stuff he's done. He's done a lot of cool stuff. He's definitely done some stuff for us as well. Get your guns painted and support the cause. So go to stonecoldworks.com and let him know that Covert Standard sent you over there. Yeah, mid roll for you. There you go.
Hey.
Bonus mid roll.
NFAC
NFAC.
That's a hell of a segue.
Fucking around
Coalition. The
Coalition.
new Black Panther.
The
Black
people
Panther-ish.
are
Black
responsible, or they're
No, black military.
okay.
Black
the guys that were
black
calling out
militia.
the guys that were calling out memers.
Yeah,
That's
well,
what boot boys are. They're
3
just memers.
percenters, and because they were up there, they were at the Stone something, because that's where I was going with. That was my segue.
Mhm.
It's because it's Stone Mountain in Georgia, and they were calling out because that is the site of the KKK from like
When it started.
1915 or something.
So
and
it's
that's
like around its second, because there was like 2 big things, and Do you remember hearing or reading or seeing anything about the?
You're asking him if he's heard, read, or saw.
Guy, really?
Let's just answer it. Put it on the podcast.
Yeah.
No.
Hey,
The Birth of a Nation. Is that familiar to you at all? Is
That
like
old ass movie about the Klan.
well, yeah, and it's like the first blockbuster, some people say, in America was shown in the White House. It was essentially responsible for the second rising or popularity
rebirth
of
of
the
the Klan.
KKK. Yeah.
no, I haven't. But what was the segue into that? That was the
We were
because they
talking
there?
about, the birthplace of and so the KKK was started by Confederate generals
Yep.
shortly after the war, so it would have been well before 1915. But they did have a who the fuck was it? Was it Eisenhower?
I have no idea.
No, Eisenhower's way too recent. God, I'm sorry for not knowing my presidential history. I feel like I should know this.
Shit.
But this is silent movie era,
Okay.
so it's before World War II. Oh, fuck, it's the guy out of Missouri. I should know his goddamn name.
You should.
President-
How dare you?
Sorry. Anyways, he aired it in the White House.
Mhm.
It was like it was the first like most popular movie that came across all of America, and that's how you had places like
Woodrow Wilson.
there you go, Woodrow Wilson.
Good job,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Nice.
He streamed it
With
yeah.
the save.
He
He
streamed it.
He streamed
My
it.
bad.
Yeah, Woodrow Wilson
Screened it.
on his
Well,
podcast.
Screened it.
Kind of a save.
on Woodrow's podcast.
If I'm not mistaken, that seems to be the guy that screened it in the White House.
Don't you eat it?
Yes, he was originally from Missouri, right?
I think so.
Oh my goodness, that's how you had places like Iowa being like strongholds for the KKK. It didn't make sense, right? This is something that was born out of the South.
Yep.
And so they had the second revelation. I don't know what you want to call it, but to where a bunch of people decided that was what they wanted. That was their cause. They wanted to join, was to be part of the KKK.
Well, yeah, it's a tribe mentality. Weird.
Weird.
But so I like Grandmaster Jay, and he's the one who runs Would Not Fucking Around Coalition. He was out.
Oh, that's the one you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
The new Black
same.
Panthers.
He's.
I love how
silver
it sounds
tongue.
like a fucking DJ name.
Yes. Well,
it
because
is.
he was a DJ. Actually, it's funny. I've been doing research.
What?
He was.
See, he does read sometimes.
He was for.
Whoa.
After action reports in this.
I do like after actions a lot, actually. But it's one of those. He was a DJ back in the day. There's a tremendous amount of who are the important ones back in the 80s and
DJ Khaled.
no, in the 80s.
Run DMC.
Rapper, yeah, Run DMC, those type of rappers that he's talking about that were pushing the movement of not NA, what is it? NA double PC or something.
NAACP.
Yeah, so he's pushing different movements, and he's complaining about the rappers of today aren't pushing the movement for him. Blah blah blah.
When you said NAAPC,
I don't know.
right? Right? NAAPC, whatever. I thought I literally directly thought of AARP. I was like, wait, isn't that the old people thing?
You're getting old. But so when I sent you the other black militia with the Aubrey case, the guy that was running and he got shot by the fucking, that was the black militia. It was the same fucking group that came out to do security for them because they think it's a hate crime. And that's what he's talking about for. They were doing their own investigation and blah blah blah. But by the sounds of, they are the new Black Panther.
Hawk Newsom. Sorry, this is what you were talking about. Just clicked in my head. The one takeaway that I have from Hawk Newsom, one of the founders of the BLM movement, is he's definitely a racist. Like he's for sure a racist. That seems to be the trend for a lot of these guys that are like part of black movements. Not just like if someone was part of a white movement, they tend to be racist people. But it seems to be okay for some reason to be racist if you're a minority. And is it weird that to some degree I kind of understand?
Yes, I figured you would.
Is it wrong? Like the leaders of a lot of these minority-based movements tend to be racist. Well, any race-based organization tends to be racist. I know that's not really a big surprise, but for some reason it's just socially acceptable because they're a minority. But for some reason, I partially at least kind of understand why.
You kind of get why.
Yeah,
you get why they started it.
Like I'm not no like the black racism thing. Like I'm not saying that I'm okay, like I'm down with it, but I'm not as mad about it.
No.
Like I would be more mad about a white racist than a black racist, even though I think they're both stupid.
I think it would be to the extent of what you're doing. Like if you're just talking shit, or if you're trying to fuck me up because I'm white.
shoot a fucking car because they're turning around.
Yeah.
Do you think that with this, with the BLM, with all of this Antifa nonsense, do you think that there's going to be more racist?
Yes.
I think there's going to be more racism now.
Absolutely, yes.
Have you been following the Karen
hate.
videos?
Yes.
There's a lot. I've gone. Yeah.
You know that's racist term,
Karen?
by the way.
I've had to.
Yeah,
I've
it's a
had to
racist term.
follow.
Racist term, bro.
No, sexist.
No.
Not
Offended.
racist.
It's very
Sexist.
it's
Offended.
racist.
It's racist against white people.
Oh
Yes.
my god! Shut the fuck up.
Yep, you're a piece of shit.
But yes, I've been following those on Instagram. I've had to. I got to watch every Karen or Kevin video I come across.
Oh, they're
I like
great.
Karen
It's
and
like-
Ken.
I forgot
Good
about Karen and
fucking
Ken.
segue.
I
It's
forgot
like
about
it's
Karen
like
and Ken.
Instagram. It's
I like
like
the Kevins.
World Star videos when someone's
Dude.
fighting. It's like I don't want to see someone get knocked out on concrete, but I gotta see the fight.
M16A2 style.
Yes,
Oh,
it was great.
And a fucking PPKS
It was great.
held with the fucking strongest of wristbands.
Yes, the wristband, like you motherfucker.
So here's the interesting question.
Finger on the trigger. and
Knowing
everything.
what I think we knew now,
They're
which
ready to shoot?
I actually kind of made the assumption already. You know, they tore down the gate. I assumed that they were in the right when we initially saw this. And I immediately had coworkers who were like, "No way, you can't do that." I'm like, dude, they're on their property and
They
there's
broke
a crowd
the gate.
of them.
Yes,
They're shouting. Like, I guarantee they were making threats. Do you think?
didn't see the threats, but I guarantee.
Do you think that the wife was in the wrong because she wasn't displaying the firearm? She was pointing the gun at people.
Yeah.
Do you think that
He was kind of
crosses
low
into?
ready, wasn't he? Or-
Yeah. He was not deliberately pointing the gun at anybody.
When I
But
first
she
seen
definitely
it,
was.
when
She
I
was
first seen
pointing.
it, I think like most people, nobody really realized right off the bat is like their backyard. Like it was literally their back or yard, whatever you want to say it is. Someone's walking through a
They
private
kept saying
area.
it was a public walkway.
Yeah, but it was a private area. They smashed the fence, and it was literally their yard that they're walking through.
That's the best part about it is they were saying it was no, this is all public, but
No.
they had to break
They
the
had to
fence
break a
to
private
get in.
gate to get in there. That being
Okay.
said, my thought was, if that many people all of a sudden showed up walking through my backyard, I personally would be in my house. I would have a gun in my hand. I'm not arguing that.
So
I feel like you're more, if they were violent, you're more vulnerable being outside.
how this kicked off is they were outside cooking.
But did they have their guns on them?
No.
So they ran
No.
inside to get the guns.
Correct. They were outside cooking, and they
'Cause I remember they were outside
They
having some
tore
cookout.
down the gate. They observed them doing that, and they started verbally threatening them.
Observed.
The guy
Sounds so official.
How you did?
never said he actually saw a weapon. He saw someone had 2 loaded magazines, and he clanked them together. And said that they were going to kill him and kill his dog and burn down his house. And
They were making threats. As
some
a
other
group.
people. Some other people were
to go
talking
to
about
the-
how they were going to
yeah.
live in his house and they were live in these different rooms. Blah blah blah. So he went and grabbed a gun to protect his house. Now, for him, he is a lawyer. He's worked very hard. Clearly, he has a big fucking house.
Fucking mansion.
So, a little backstory. He lived in the suburbs, and he moved into this house, which is a historical house in downtown St. Louis, and he restored it. So he spent a huge chunk of his money restoring this giant
So
fucking
it's
mansion.
more than just that, a mansion
to
them.
him,
They've-
I'm sure
yeah.
that like it would be a massive devastation to him if someone set his house
Gotcha.
on fire, which is what they were threatening to do.
When I
which
said
is
that,
also coming off of a week before
of shit burning.
when in St. Louis they were burning shit.
Yeah. When I say that, though, you
So-
got to keep in mind, I'm not talking about whatever the legal aspects of it. I'm talking about me personally.
Mhm.
Me personally,
I get
if a
it.
violent mob is outside, I'm not standing outside.
Yeah.
This is my fort now, right?
Yeah, but I don't
And
blame
I'm-
him.
So
I don't fucking blame him.
I kind of get the
you and your-
reaction. I
try
do.
to try to put yourself in this situation. It's you and your wife, but no kids at home. You just got a dog.
Yeah.
You put the dog away, but they're threatening to burn your house down, and you just watched on the news the weekend before people burning buildings and houses down.
100%
and
understand.
no one did shit.
100% understand.
That's why he went out there.
Don't blame him.
That's why he went out there. It wasn't to like he wanted them to not burn his house down.
No, I get that.
That was the goal. But anybody think that she broke the law by putting the gun just by the bad firearm training?
I
That is
don't know
horrible.
the castle doctrine for out there.
I don't
It's
know
super
either.
protective. In Missouri, it's super protective.
That's what
It's
I'm saying.
really- it's
Legally,
really good.
legally, they're probably fine.
Then they're fine.
I was discussing it more of like what I would have done, and it
Well,
would have been different.
So the most important thing, the thing I noticed right off the bat, is how they clearly didn't really know how to handle a firearm.
No, not at all.
No.
Which I mean,
If you have that much money, why do you need to?
Yeah.
Just have it.
That's why he has a gun that looks like that.
Bro,
That's why he doesn't have some
might
tricked
be,
out
It might be
fucking
a fucking two-clicker.
all I know is that it made the best fucking memes.
They
Yes,
were
there's
Oh
a
hilarious.
lot
my
of them.
god, there's
There's a
so
lot of them. It's
many
good.
good memes about
There
it.
were a lot of good memes. Did you see the movie poster?
Oh, there
The
was
fire
a.
behind it and
I think it was like
Oh, yeah.
there was like a Contra.
Yeah.
There was so many fucking.
The one
good
where
ones.
it's like, in order for you to be a badass, this is the gear you need, and it's like a salmon-colored polo
Yeah.
with a brown
Did
belt.
you see
and
where
khakis.
Yes.
they linked it to the
No.
lady that was mad about the shredded cheese? Did you see that meme going around?
I've seen a lot of
So
them.
there's
man.
some lady that was upset because she was in the restaurant. They were waiting for the shredded cheese, and the husband took a photo. She's just like leaning up against the wall, all upset that she can't eat her fajitas yet. And they showed that lady with her finger on the trigger, pointing the gun. He's like, "Where's the fucking shredded cheese?"
the Carol Baskin.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Exotic in the background.
The fucking they replaced the M16 with the guitar and her handgun with a mic. Like there was so many fucking
There's
good
so
ones.
many great.
Did you
memes.
see that they came out and fucking were back at the place like the Friday after and trying to not riot this time, but to like protest on the outside of it?
No, I didn't, but
Yeah.
I do know that they had to board up their law office because it was getting.
Yep. So they asked for police to come out for security. So they said no, and they went through a lot of private contractors that said no as well. And they actually got some. There's more pictures of pretty much the mob on the street this time yelling at them, and they have security up top. So just saying,
Yeah.
I know some guys that have guns that can do security for random places.
If you got the money.
If you have the money,
If you have the money.
If you have the money.
we got you.
444.
Hey, we got a website.
What was the PO
Reach
box?
out.
What was the PO box?
And Instagram. There's a website. There's ways to reach
There's
out.
ways to reach out if you need it. Might as well just start a security firm. This would be the best time to do it, right? I mean, there's freaking people in Minneapolis that they're trying to take their cops away. They need security, right?
I heard there's a couple places like Chaz that are trying to pop up other areas.
Autonomous zones that are really.
I feel
upset
like
that
it's
they're
so
not getting
easy
services.
to take over. Do you guys never, like, when you looked at that, it was like, I can take that over. Like, I don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
I just felt like it was so weak. Like, it would be easily taken over by any good
It
group
was
of
easily
people.
taken over when the police went back in there.
Oh, weird.
I wouldn't say it was easily taken over because it obviously took them a
There
month
was
to do
there
it.
was guys with
They
bikes.
they weren't trying for a month.
Guys with bikes. It was easy to take over.
I loved watching the videos of them getting cleared out, though.
Yeah.
It was entertaining to me.
I love all of the.
Everybody was crying. And
Well, yeah, that's the easy one. I love the entry for the SWAT guys. Of
I
course,
like
'cause
the
love
people that
shit.
are like, you can't touch me. You can't hit me. They get sprayed in the face. You can't do that. Okay, who are you going to tell you can't do that to? Who's protecting you? Who's going to,
Yeah.
fucking assholes. I
No
can't
chance.
stand them.
No Chaz, no more.
Well, that's what people think. They think that they can yell at people and tell you, you
chop.
can't do that.
I know I sent the meme around, but I finally did see like the video clip of the guy that was getting a tourniquet on his leg because he got hit with a rubber
Yeah.
bullet. That
Yeah.
was fucking entertaining.
What the
that was
fuck?
very entertaining.
Why do we need? We
It
don't-
wasn't even bleeding.
We don't need
it
one
wasn't
for
even
that.
bleeding, and they tried to tourniquet it right next to it. So they're tearing that fucking wound. The little skin irritation that he had.
I hope it's awesome.
Dude, I don't even think we have time to get into it, but the assistant to Epstein.
Yeah,
Going to in charge.
I heard she killed herself.
Let's give
sometime
it a
next
couple
week.
of minutes. because-
No, she has COVID, and she
has COVID now.
She's gonna suffocate.
Dude,
She's,
the meme about
dead.
that one was like, oh, it's already starting.
Yeah.
like,
I
she's like,
shared
she's like-
one of them. Yeah,
No, it's so great. Of the fucking, it was the picture of the offices
yeah. They're all
with like all
pointing
the
fake
finger
guns at
guns,
each
Yes.
other.
and it was the assassins of the Trump family, the Clintons, and the royal family,
Yeah.
all meeting.
I'm pretty sure another meme, it wasn't real, but they did like a news, like a flash, news flash. And it was like Bill Clinton got indicted and Obama got indicted and all these people were getting indicted because of all this. But yeah, I mean that's a really big thing, and I'm actually kind of happy that it's happening because that story needs to be told. It needs to be busted the fuck open.
I did start watching the Netflix thing.
Oh yeah,
It's so fucking creepy.
I didn't bother because I think that it was actually the comedian you were talking about the other day, the Andrew Schultz guy.
Yeah.
He made a really good point.
I posted that. Yeah,
he made a really good point.
You don't post it. Right?
To where
I follow him. I
they
think it's funny.
always wait till these motherfuckers can't defend themselves, and then the Netflix documentary comes out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They did the same thing with the Firefly music festival.
I saw that. Yeah.
Once that guy gets fucking put in prison, and then they come out with the fucking documentary when he can't defend himself. Like all those promoters had no culpability. All the people that helped
It's
him put
just
that
him.
shit together,
Just him.
just this
him.
guy,
Just that
Yep.
guy.
Don't look anywhere else.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
That was fucking awesome, though. I mean, the guy almost pulled it off.
I forgot. It was
So close.
I was listening.
So close.
I was listening to Joe Rogan. So this is probably some conspiracy theorist dude, but he was talking about watching that documentary and how there's like a piece of art that was made by one of the victims at the end of it, and it's like this giant like mural with all kinds of stuff going on, and Epstein is like off in a corner, and that there's like the chick that just got arrested, and then someone else were like right in the middle of the picture. He's like, how the fuck is Epstein going to be the one that's responsible for all this shit? And he's off in the corner of this picture.
Mhm.
Like this bullshit does not add up.
Oh, I'm sure the people, if you talk to them, are going to talk more about the people that recruited them
Yeah.
versus anything else.
Can I give a little PSA now that we're talking about this whole fucking pedophile bullshit? Little PSA for you adults that have children that listen to our show. Get involved. Get involved with your kids and the social media accounts and everything they're doing with fucking social media accounts. Get involved with them. Pay attention to what they're looking at. Pay attention to what they're looking at. Pay attention to what they're doing because social media is literally throwing so much shit at people. There's so much information. But one of the big things is like there's videos out there of people actually doing pedophilia as if it was like open, as if it's okay, and they're putting it out there to show people that it's okay, and it pisses me off that they're doing this. But
Are you talking about like the social acceptance of
they're
pedophiles?
trying to make it
Doing a
socially
documentary,
acceptable.
I thought, or they already have done a documentary.
Well, there's
on
one in particular
Just
that I think I
terms.
posted to you guys where it shows the guy dancing to a video and the girl looks down his pants and she's like fucking 6 or 7 and he's grown, and then he like pulls back her shirt and looks down her shirt. Like they're posting more like that. Pedophilia is starting. They're trying to make it part of the thing.
They've said that a long time ago. That
They're trying to get their letter added.
Yes.
Just
The
fuck
LGBTQ.
that. Over my dead body.
They want it added.
When it
Fuck
became
that.
more and more acceptable, like gay marriage and everything, they were off in the distance saying, "Hey, what about us?"
I know.
They've
There's
been saying
videos
it
like
the whole
that.
time.
All I'm saying is
And it's
parents,
fucking disgusting.
Parents,
Especially when
get
like
involved.
you tie yourself to gay people. Like
Yeah.
fuck off.
Parents-
The fuck is
You
wrong
got nothing
with
to
you?
do with it. But these fucking
How is
morons.
that? How is that the same?
There is a small percentage of these fucking morons that think that, but they have a valid point.
They said that it's emotionally distressful for you to take an adult, an adult play something or whatever away from a child that's 3. It's devastating to them.
Yeah,
I was like 3.
It's an emotionally
fucking 3.
I'm pretty sure it's more emotionally
It's a-
devastating to the child.
No,
that's
it's
getting molested.
My fist is
emotionally
emotionally devastating to that
devastating
fucker's face.
to take away the adult that's having the shared sexual experiences because the child is consenting. That's the fucking argument.
And then they go, well, I'm not talking about a baby. I mean, 3 years old, they can consent to 3 years old. Are you fucking kidding me? So basically, I don't want to be on this pedestal because I'll get pissed off. All I want to say is adults, and I'm sure you already are. I'm not telling you what
Threes
to
are
do.
the extremists, Fred. 8 years old is
Just
plenty fine.
fucking pay attention
listen,
to your
when
kids
can we
because
make murder
they
legal?
they are looking at it right now.
We're apparently they're working on it in 2020.
The percentage of your kid looking at shit like this is very high. Just pay attention, get involved, stay involved with your kids, man. Because fuck that.
It's not so dissimilar to talking to them about guns. Like, you need to talk to them in a way that, like, you have confidence in their decision making to identify these problems.
Yes.
Be a fucking parent.
To be
That is
immediately
one
like,
of the fucking things.
No, this is fucked up. I'm out.
Yeah.
Like,
That is one of the things that
being
terrifies
involved
me.
is awesome, but making sure you have the confidence that they have a head on their shoulders is the most important part.
That does
for sure.
terrify because everybody's one bad decision away from ruining your life. And as a child, you're way
one
fucking
bad
closer.
decision away from chaos. One bad day away from chaos.
Yeah. So one bad decision can ruin your life, right? And as a kid, you're a little bit closer to making that bad decision.
Well, that's especially true for children.
Yes. And that fucking terrifies me.
It starts
now that I'm a parent. That's one of those things that, like, I'm going to be paranoid. I know I am. Because I'm going to have to be, hey, who are you talking to? Hey, who's that person? Hey, have you met him? Like, I have to, because it's going to freak me out.
We'll end it on this. It starts at home.
Yeah.
You want the solution? That's the solution. It starts in your fucking home. Be the parent. Guide these children.
Yeah.
Be there for your children. Support them and guide them in the right fucking direction. Because if you just let them do what they're going to do because you think that that's what's supposed to happen, that's where the fucking failures come to, where they develop into this whatever it is.
Yep.
Be a fucking adult and help them. Guide them to being what they need to be. And that's it. Just be involved.
Some point you have to teach them the world's not all rainbows and butterflies.
I'm a longtime listener of the fucking old radio show Loveline. I used to listen to that shit all the time. Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly what
it always brings it back to like when he was talk to these fucked up people, and it'd be like the single parent, like totally like fucked up abusive household, and he'd ask them if they had a son or a daughter. And every time he'd be like, "Okay, good. You're only raising a stripper." Or if it was a guy, like, "Oh, great. You're raising a future murderer."
Anyway, that's enough for tonight, guys.
It's dark, but that's all I can think of.
We appreciate you guys listening and hanging on with us. I know the times are tough right now. Keep your head up. Fight against it. Stand up and do your part, man. And don't forget about your kids. Be the parent.
Don't forget to obey and wear your mask.
Anyway, I've got bad karma.
I got a quote. It's not the strongest guy. It's not the fastest guy. It's the guy who is 3 steps ahead wins the game of chess.
Chess. There's no T.
No.
There's no T.
I was looking at your chest.
Yeah, right here. Clear malfunction.
Thank you for listening.
Period. And then I've got Jeff.
The harder I train, the luckier I get.
Is it you getting luckier though?
I don't know if it's luckier.
That's the point.
The quote.
That's the point.
Make you think, bro.
The more
am
that
the
I
Nitro-
train, the luckier
I am the Nitro Panda. Thanks for listening.
Opposite.
Fuck you,
And
Jason.
everybody take care. Don't forget, be the adult.
Peace out.